You are listening to Power Stance Gamers Podcast, the best place for quality tabletop banter. With your hosts, Jacob, Greg, and Muddy.
G'day everyone, welcome to this episode of Power Stance Gaming. I'm your host, Jacob Connor. With me tonight is the good man, Mr. Greg Millsop.
Morning, listeners.
And the good man, Mr. Muddyman.
How you going, guys?
Just want to ask straight off the bat, are you feeling fine after the last cast?
Yep,
Muddy?
good.
Yeah.
Ready to go?
Yeah,
a bit
good.
worried.
Why?
Because you get a bit older, the hangover takes a little while.
Did you wake up with a sore head?
No.
Yeah,
What
right.
is it talking about? I had a cough medicine. It was an interaction with my medication.
Yeah, it was a shit ton of vodka interacting with his medication. Yeah.
Deny everything. You have no evidence.
That wasn't... Listeners, if you could have had a YouTube video in here when we played back a little bit of last week's audio to Mr. Muddy, it was classic.
We would have got 1 million subscribers, though.
Probably, yeah, to be fair.
So you wasted it.
Yeah, true.
It's a once-a-year event. You missed it.
You're getting smashes once a year.
Yeah, pretty much.
You need to go out more.
I know. We do.
We really do.
Yep.
Let's get a PSG night on the town.
We talked about it, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. But
Yeah.
that's all we do.
Wait till it warms up. That's all I can say. It's too cold at the moment.
It's too cold to go inside and drink.
Yeah.
Such a European.
That's it. The problem with cold weather is to go, I have a couple of Jaeger shots that'll warm me up. And then next thing you know, it's 4 a.m. and you get kicked out of the strip club. And
And you're throwing up on a tree.
yeah. Let's get on to it. It's only been a little while since we last recorded. It's been some pretty rapid fire weeks for us. What's been going on, lads?
Played JT last night with his Caledonians sectorial in Infinity. And for the listeners that aren't aware of Infinity, the Caledonian sectorial is the Scots, hail from Scotland, Bonnie, Scotland. And he had William Wallace on the...
I was going to say, that was it. What's the line? The big, for freedom! Face.
Yeah.
I gotta let you know a little secret. JT has been in the DMs all week with me saying, I can't wait for Thursday. This is the list I'm going to take versus Greg.
Seriously?
Yeah, he's
had you
keen.
lined up.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Result was
He got smashed.
nice.
I was gonna, you know what? I was gonna go nice on him tonight and just say, oh, well, he had a couple of bad whatever. But now he said that, yeah, he got smashed good.
No.
So
He was saying he's probably going to use that list as the buy bust.
yeah,
Stat.
to be
Oh,
fair,
so you smashed up the buy buster.
yeah, to be fair, he had never played it before.
Did you make him cry?
It was the first time
He
he
got
also
it.
played the.
I'm not
sectorial.
denying there was some dice that did get thrown off the table, so he had to get his own special box to roll in because he was getting a bit excited. So
That's just JT though.
that's true, I suppose.
I played Yahtzee with
Yeah.
that dude and ended up under the table looking for the dice.
Yeah.
He's just got no dice etiquette.
No.
Oh,
No,
wow.
they go everywhere. Yeah.
You know how Greg's a controlled, put the effort into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, make
Practicing in
make sure your
the backyard.
landing zone's going to be can
That's
take
it.
the dice.
Yeah.
That's the other
JT
thing.
is just like, woo!
Yeah,
I'm
literally.
good, like, I thought he just picks up like a whole handful of dice and then just drops some.
Yeah, but
He does, but he's away drops them.
Yeah.
Oh, he drops them from up
He
here.
drops them with gusto.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the bounce that he's going for.
Yeah,
But the problem with bouncing cubes is they don't necessarily.
You bounce in a uniformed manner.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially what happened was we played one of the ITS missions that we're playing on Saturday's Q&K.
Such a
event?
tournament whore, this dude,
Oh,
isn't
we'll
he?
get into
Competitive.
that.
all-
Hold your peace.
It's
mate.
all about
Get
competitive.
cranky over
Hold
here.
your peace.
It's all about
and you
competitive.
too.
So I won first turn, took the first turn, and unfortunately for JT, he didn't set up quite right, and got some of his dudes out of cover. Was able to take a beat on the dudes, and
Pew-pew.
first turn he killed William Wallace, which was his lieutenant, which means in Infinity you lost a lieutenant, which makes it harder in your second turn, and really he didn't recover from that. So it's a shame. It wasn't a fair reflection of JT's mad skills. He got caught out.
That's a kind of
That's a-
political correctness way of saying I fucked him. Good and proper. Yeah. Right?
That's right.
You're shit.
Because he's saying this, but he's doing the actions as if he's bending someone over the
He
table.
was. He
right
was
now.
just fisting him.
JT, it's all eyes. It's all eyes. I felt sorry for you, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Felt sorry for you.
Humana.
So, other than that, the other thing that happened this week, Game of Thrones, first series, or sorry, 7th series, I think.
Yeah,
first,
seventh.
first
Number
episode
7.
was screened, and
Are we allowed to talk
awesome.
about it?
Yeah,
No, I
because it's
think,
2 weeks. It's gonna be 2
Wait up,
weeks
don't
time.
we have to put a warning in?
Oh, spoiler alert, there you go.
Spoiler! Spoiler!
Yeah, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. So we can do spoilers.
So do we have to
good.
leave the countdown or something for the people if you haven't heard it?
Nah, just get into it.
If you haven't watched it, skip a couple
Yeah.
of minutes apparently.
Yeah, wicked. I thought absolutely wicked.
All right, we
So
won't
good.
give anything away,
Yeah.
will we? I thought it was a really good episode too.
Yeah. Set scenes for this this series.
Absolutely. And you know,
I
like,
so want to give away spoilers. That was Oh,
it was good because there was the time jump, but it wasn't a jarring time jump. Which
Yeah.
Sometimes you come back in the first season and you go, shit, how fucking long's gone past since the
Yep.
last. But and obviously some time has passed, but it still flowed nicely.
you
So
still
I
knew what
really
was
liked
going
that.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't get the slap in the face
Yeah.
trying to figure it out again.
There were
Yeah.
a couple
Yeah.
of slaps in the face, though, in that episode. Oh.
Yeah, but not because you were like, I guess, confused about what was going on.
Or there was a cock unexpectedly on screen, which, you know, you got to be prepared for in Game of Thrones.
Was it?
You're looking
No,
too
there
hard.
wasn't.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say.
Greg's going, I've got to go back and watch it again. I missed the cock.
I missed out. I was too busy watching Aussie Ninjas. I missed it.
Yeah. So Well, interestingly, I'll come on to another point. This relates to something else I want to talk about, but we'll come to that in the news. Funnily enough.
Sounds
Yeah.
exciting.
So
exciting.
Exciting. Yeah.
Super
So
exciting.
stay tuned, listeners.
Big Kev excited.
Muddy.
Mate, I haven't done anything. I've been going to work,
Boring.
painting minis.
So boring.
In my spare
That's
time.
good, though.
I
You
haven't
finished your Malifaux yet?
No, I've still got the big guy to go. I've got to go get some green stuff because on his joins there's a bit of a gap.
Yeah.
Where all the other minis are fine, they're so little you couldn't tell if there was something missing. But on him because it's pretty big, so I've got to go down and to Mike's store probably and get some green stuff.
No, that's I've found that a couple of times in a couple of those word minis that they're just they didn't quite line up.
Yeah, they didn't line up, so I tried shoving it together really tight, trying to get it to hold, but it just popped straight up.
Which green stuff are you getting? The
I was just going to get the liquid
putty?
stuff.
Could you grab me a pot?
Yeah,
Yeah,
easy.
cool.
I was just going to get the liquid green stuff.
Yeah.
And just
Can you get me some eggs and milk while you're
Yeah,
doing it too?
jeez, you want me to cook your bloody
shopping
breakfast as well? Hey, how do you brew again?
Also, Jacob, tip my hat to you. We had some of your coffee porter tonight. Tasty drop.
Yeah, if I
Tasty
fall
drop.
asleep halfway through this, it's because it's 6% alcohol, and I've not had one. I've had a few more.
You
than
mean-
that.
Oh wow!
Done a muddy.
I've done
Is
a
it-
muddy?
You've done a muddy.
I'll be raging about
Have you-
strawberry milk in a
Have
minute.
you got have you had cough medicine today? Cool.
And Jacob, what have you been doing?
Yeah.
Painting Dark Imperium stuff. Trying to crack that.
Yeah.
up.
Yep.
Because I'm
Where
keen
you
to
up
play
to?
more. I've nearly finished the Interceptor squad that I started 2 weeks ago.
Okay. All right.
I'm going a bit slower than normal. Yeah. So no, just doing that painting, and unfortunately haven't had much of a chance to
It's
to
been
game.
a short break.
It's been a
though.
short break
Yeah.
for us. Quick turnaround here, but and obviously with 2 full episodes to edit and quite a bit to edit out of the last one, just quietly.
Why was that, Jacob?
Oh, I don't know, Greg.
Muddy?
What?
Why are you looking at the ceiling?
What? I
Bet-
thought I
The other
heard
thing is,
something.
I've been watching quite a bit of quality TV lately too, and that's distracted me from.
What have
What are
you
you watching?
finally got on to Fear the Walking Dead?
No,
Oh,
no.
where are you up to?
Yeah, up current.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't started that. I want to watch that all in one hit, so I don't have to be waiting for it.
Oh, there's too many shows.
I really enjoyed Fear the Walking Dead, the first series. Really enjoyed it because it's more about the realism of what happens. I thought it was really good. This is a zombie apocalypse show,
Yep.
folks. If you haven't caught on to that already.
And the other thing I read in 3 nights, Robert Heinlein's Starship Troopers, having a conversation with a mate of mine, Cal, on the weekend. He
Oh,
said,
yeah?
I just watched the movie, and I said, I haven't read that book in ages, and I picked it up and couldn't put it down.
It's got a book and it's interesting.
Oh, dude, the book is completely different from the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you still got it?
Yeah.
Can I
yeah.
borrow it?
No, it's fallen to bits. If I give it to you, it will
Oh.
just
Disintegrate.
But I will buy a new copy.
Yeah.
But it's, and you can
Or
borrow
just
that.
send me a message of what like the publisher or whatever, and I'll
Yeah,
I'll
it was,
buy a
it's-
copy.
it was written in the 50s.
Yeah.
So,
Really?
yeah, it's like classic sci-fi, man.
How did I not know this? That is insane. Did you know this?
I knew it. I've never done it, but like read it. But if I was going to do it, I was trying to say to you, I'd go Audible. I like doing the audio thing.
Yeah, no.
If I put the book in front of me,
well, so I'm the opposite. If I put on an audiobook, I'd just drift right
Well, I'm
off.
at work at night, so I can put a book on and just
Start doing other
driving
things
around.
when I'm not turning pages.
That's why he doesn't want to lend you the book.
But yeah, so no, it's good. I mean, because it's written in the 50s, it's like steeped in Cold War theology is kind of the way to say it. Like the citizen putting everything on the line for the good of the nation. And
Yep.
that unless you're willing to sacrifice, you shouldn't be considered a citizen. All this sort of stuff. Like it really ramps up that rhetoric. It's fascinating.
Cool. I'll have to read it.
They're mobile infantry, unlike the movies where they're just wearing a flak vest. They are in full jetpack Terminator armor with nuclear missile launchers on their shoulders, that sort of stuff. Like they're incredible killing machines.
Yeah.
Not just cannon fodder like in the movie.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that.
So it sounds a little like what was that? The zombie one. Remember that book series that was really good, and then the Brad Pitt movie. It was really bad.
World War Z.
Yeah. So it's it might be sort of similar to that.
And I don't want to be the dude that's like, oh, the book's better than the movie, but
But it really is.
well, they're very
books
different.
generally are.
Very different.
Books generally are
I
because it fills in a lot of
wouldn't necessarily
blanks.
say that, but like the World War Z was definitely
It was chalk and cheese.
the book was so
It's-
much
yeah.
better.
Yeah.
And it's the
Chalk
same
and
with Starship Troopers. Starship Troopers, the movie is almost like cheesy sci-fi.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Have you read? Has anyone read the Harry Potter books?
Yeah.
No.
How do they compare to the movies?
Pretty
good?
close with a lot of details.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's the stuff about the characters is all pretty much there.
yeah.
The
Oh,
movies
nice.
try and condense it down a bit and leaves
Yeah,
a few
which you
plot
gotta-
holes and that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. But
For the most part, they did a pretty good job.
yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
cool.
It was really funny. I still remember when I went to the movies and saw the first one, I was just blown away by how close the characters were to my imagining of the characters.
Yeah,
Like they just did
it's
such
like
a
they
good
just
job.
took it out. Just sucked it out of your head.
Yeah.
And went, here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so that's that. Have I played much? Not really. But keen to get cracking soon on some stuff. Like
Yeah, cool.
Malifaux, Mr. Monument.
Oh, look at him.
Hey,
Making demands.
when are you going to man up?
I've got to. Actually, I might not even need to paint the big dude. I might not even need him. I might just run with all the little those and the little tots.
Yeah, Terratots.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
I love
I'll just run with
Terratots.
them.
I would suggest right now just get games under your belt to get the rules done.
You know what I'm like, though. I like
Mm.
it all painted before I
Mm.
venture into anything.
If anything, with my Infinity stuff, I'm venturing towards just get on the table and have a crack. Goes against our ethos,
this is
boys.
So going into the next
It-
topic.
well,
it
takes me-
I'm about to turn into the
Put
Hulk.
put a peg in it till then, alright?
It dead set takes me a week to paint a miniature. So, and I've got heaps now because I bought a heap off JT. So,
Well,
I'm
okay.
like,
You buy two.
no, I don't. I've
One
got to
to
buy
dip.
more. I'm
One
guessing.
to dip so you can quickly get it on the board.
Here's something else I did. I bought another army as well. 2 to 3 Monday. So this is Friday. We're
You
recording.
bought
He did-
another Infinity
Yeah.
Yeah,
Edition.
I bought another.
And he did it.
army.
I'm sure he did this just to spite me. That every time I go around there, he's just going to play Toha. Every time I rock up at his
Which
house.
is the alien race in
Ugh.
Infinity,
Which is the
which is-
broken one from my understanding.
It's not
not
broken. They're
broken,
just
they're
just awkward. They're as Jacob
You
rightly
even
says.
said it yourself. You're like, they just don't follow any of the rules.
Yeah,
They
they
know
don't.
what's going
They don't follow
on.
any of the normal rules. So
That doesn't
therefore,
sound right.
but then to me, if you want to be a good player, you got to understand how they work.
So
So
you're going to force it upon everyone else.
I'm going to force upon myself.
So you
He's,
can understand.
he's actually trying to make me a better player.
yeah,
I think that's what's going on.
And
here,
I've
isn't
hit
it?
all the tournaments that you're going
Yeah,
to.
that's
I've hit
it.
Jetty up and said, mate, take my gear and just write a couple of lists, and then write a list with like the best stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a list based on what I've got, and then a list based on like the Uber lists essentially. So
Did you know what I actually did? I did that to JT as well. I said I've got the tournament coming up, Q&K Premier Event Team Tournament. And I said write me $200 worth, 200 points
Yeah.
worth of cheesy ninjas, and he's like, he came through with the goods.
Oh, nice.
So, listeners, it'll be the day after this cast comes out. We'll be playing in that event, and let me apologise in advance.
hang on a second. Is
So
this?
you're actually
Hang on.
playing in it now?
Hang on a second.
I thought you weren't sure.
Is this the absolute classic the Jacob Connor killer list that we always go, oh, it's so good. It's like, it's unbeatable. Like, you're going to smash stuff. Is it one of those lists? Because there's a bit of a history here.
This is why I don't feel too guilty about
There's a
taking
bit of history.
Yeah.
As you know, there's a bit of history.
There is.
I think it's happened about 3 years. Oh, no, at least 3 times.
At least 3 times that we've been on the way to a tournament going, oh man, your list is awesome.
Trophy's yours.
Yeah, you're top. You're going to be first for sure.
But what's the classic Infinity maxim? It's not your list, it's you. And fucking A, it's me.
Dice, you mean?
Well,
Dice?
it's all part of the package, really, isn't it?
Well, why don't you just write
Poor
to
tactical
Carlos?
decisions, terrible luck, whatever you want to call
Just
it.
write to Carlos and get a card mechanic put in there.
Well,
Carlos, they want some cars.
No, it works well with D20. I wouldn't change it. I actually
no,
really,
you don't want to.
I really like
I
it.
think he might.
so yeah, I can handle D20s. It's D6s are the most evil objects in the world.
Oh, that's blasphemy.
Well, it looks like we've been in for a couple of busy weeks, lads, so we may as well just get straight in the news. Greg?
What's been happening in the news? Biggest thing, I suppose,
Wait up.
for us locals.
Is it exciting though?
Man, it's always exciting.
All right, cool.
Especially whenever
Just wanted to make sure.
I'm the news reader, especially then. The Q&K event.
I mean, I was involved in running of it for quite a number of years, and it always was great event, great turnout, and keen to go as for the first time as a player and a spectator and a shit talker, and not just a TO. So, really looking forward to it, actually.
Awesome, yeah. And you're going on Sunday. You're playing in the PSG team tournament, the Infinity team
The
tournament.
Infinity Tournament, yeah,
Yep.
Team PSG, looking forward to that. But we'll see how that goes. As I said, we've got the list sorted, but still got to roll dice.
It's a filthy list.
Filth Masters. Don't you talk?
And I'm playing in the Saturday event, which is the main ITS event, and then the team tournament, obviously, which
Yeah.
can't wait. Looking really forward.
I was really keen to play 40k. I just don't have the models.
You have my orcs,
No, I don't like orcs. They're shit.
but you can take my tanks. I've got tanks.
I've got Necrons there if you
Yeah.
want.
No. I wanted to play with mine, but they didn't release enough stuff quickly.
Yep.
Speaking of,
You can have the boys,
Is that-
Space
you got-
Marines. The boys have
Nah.
got like a heap of Ultramarines painted up.
I want the
You want the new
big
stuff, the
stompy
new shiny
Dreadnought
stuff.
and the Hovered Land Raider.
Totally.
Speaking of, they're out for pre-orders.
Mm.
So very excited about that. In fact, I have sent a little bit of cash to Mimic Games, our local friendly
Gaming
workshop,
store.
Yep.
dealer. So, Mike, big shout outs.
He's definitely a dealer.
Oh yeah, he's
Plastic
Dealer
crack.
in plastic crack.
Yep.
I've
Or fine quality metal. Metal!
so yeah, I got that locked in. Got myself a Dreadnought and a Codex on order, ready to go. So
Awesome.
with the standard Mimic Games discount on top of it.
Wicked.
So, listeners, if you are keen for some 40k or even Age of Sigma, God forbid,
G-dub stuff.
G-Dub stuff, hit up Mimic Games on Facebook and check them out. Especially if you're a local in the area, get down and pick it up.
Yeah, really, to our international listeners, don't order through Mimic Games because the posters will kill you just quietly. So, on to big news. Big news. Hinted at it before. Come On are releasing a Song of Fire and Ice on Kickstarter on the 25th of July. Boom. There it is, folks.
Yeah,
Massive.
I know.
And
You're gonna drop money.
I probably will,
Yep.
honestly.
There it is.
5 ways to play as boys. 5
Yeah, I
ways to
saw
play.
they brought out all the different. I didn't read it all, but
I will wait until the last minute of the Kickstarter campaign so I can see as much information as possible
as you
coming
can.
out.
But you know that thing is gonna raise a ton.
Oh yeah, it's going to be
It's going to go off.
astronomical.
Massive company behind it, tried and tested formula. Yep, it's going to miniatures look brilliant. Interestingly, the cards look as if they're like boosting the units,
Yeah.
which is quite interesting.
Yep.
You saw the mountains
Yep.
card. Yep.
So yeah, really, I mean, because it's obviously going to be focused around the characters, the heroes.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and how they boost the other stuff. So again, I'm only 70% on board with it.
70%. I bet he drops like $5,000 or something. Crazy.
Let's be honest here.
and he'll get all.
Oh, it's
source
gaming
books as well.
budget in inverted commas.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes.
Interestingly, one of the missions, or one of the ways to play, is almost like psychology based. So it said that there's dead bodies littered on the battlefield, and you're playing obviously against one another, and as I guess your dudes suffer wounds or die, or whatever, obviously the body count gets higher, and that affects your psychology.
Yeah.
And you're there not to necessarily beat your opponent by taking off all his models, but beat him psychologically.
Yeah.
Which I think that's an interesting mechanism. So I'll be very keen to see how that one plays out.
Yeah, I think it's more of an less an abstract morale system, really.
Yeah, basically. But it'd be interesting to see how they do it.
Yeah.
Especially how they start with how do you start with the number of dead bodies on the ground? I'm not too sure.
Don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some interesting hooks.
Yeah.
That are. And again, it's
piquing his interest. Look, I'm just watching his face.
I've been saying it all
The
along.
more he talks about it, the more he's like, "Oh yeah, oh, okay." Well,
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
yeah,
I've been saying it all along.
turning.
The miniatures are great. I'm waiting for the rules. And
But
I keep hearing little tidbits about little interesting rule stuff. And even if I don't buy it to play the game, I think at the very least I'll buy the rulebook.
Oh, of course you are. He's hook, line, and sinker. He's gonna buy everything. Watch it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Watch this space.
Yep. Totally. What else we got? We got Ghost Ops Kickstarter, which is what's the best way? Modern RPG that's come out, and they said it's a lot like Call of Duty.
Okay.
And what's the other one? Tom Clancy's Splinter
Rainbow
Cell.
Six.
Oh no,
Splinter Cell. is it?
Rainbow Six.
Okay.
Yeah, that was mentioned.
So this is using an already established
Yes.
mechanic though.
Yeah. The Fate
Yeah, the
dice.
Fate, yeah.
Which sounds interesting. Sounds a bit like Star Wars.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit.
I must admit, I took a look at it and I went, ooh, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what new stuff they bring to it, because the thing with the Fate mechanics is you could already create a game like this. So I'd be interested to see what the rulebook actually brings.
Yeah.
But I think that'd be, worth keeping an eye on. Yeah.
And the next big one, Infinity. They've just released new starters. Muddy, you seem really interested by this when I showed you the pictures earlier.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm going to buy like 6 factions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've got 4,
I'm
so
into it. I like all that really high vis, high gloss look. Awesome.
Jacob,
What
your,
was-
your thoughts?
Sorry, I still can't get over the quotas. Geez, if they painted the red guys the same as the blue guys, they'd look more cohesive.
That's what I mean. It doesn't look unifying. The
It's
stuff
because they're two different factions.
No, but even when you show me the guys that are apparently from the same factions, they're not unifying. Like, even when you do show me the Pano stuff, half the models don't really look like the other guys in the Pano, so it doesn't unify.
Yeah,
for
they're
me.
different. They are different. Yeah.
It's a game of individuals rather than I'm used to like wanting to see a unit.
Oh, well, not quite.
You know what I mean? Like
you
a
see,
squad,
you've
whatever.
got 3 different unit types there in the blue dudes. Okay, the Pano guys.
Yep.
You've got 3 different, completely different units.
See,
Hence why they don't look the same.
That's why I think I preferred the Ariadna.
Yeah,
Ariadna,
US
yeah.
Ariadna.
Because they all looked like they fitted.
Yeah. But I guess with the Yanks, they're meant to, because they're meant to.
that's what I like though.
But I mean, that's like saying, okay, so they're all American forces, but if you were playing just an Ariadna army rather than a US Ariadna army, you'd have Russians, Scots, French, Americans. You'd have different units from each of them in your overall list. So then it's going to look much more disjointed.
You know, and I don't. That's the bit I don't.
Yeah.
That doesn't gel for me. To me, it's you're just playing with a bunch of characters.
Well,
and
that's the
then I
same.
just go,
Like all of my forces. I mean, I've got 4 different forces as well.
Yeah.
But it's only my hack that I have everything. Otherwise, I've only got JSA, and even in JSA, I've only got ninjas. And then my
So that's themed.
Bakkanen, I've only got Bakkanen instead of all the nomads, and
Yeah.
I've only got US Ariadna instead of all of.
So
but
they're themed lists.
Yeah.
That's cool. But when they're not themed, it just completely
Yeah,
takes
so
me out of the game.
essentially you've got 2 different styles. You've got the vanilla, which is what you're getting at, which
Yep.
you can pick anything, or you got sectorial, which is what Jacob's got.
Sectorial.
Yeah, sectorial, which is the specific army within the army.
Yeah, themed.
Yeah. So for me, I absolutely love all 2 sets.
What
and
a surprise.
I'm going to be dropping
Buying
money.
them all.
Yep, 100. And guess what? They come with limited edition miniatures, which is even better. Love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, do you want my Eugene half of the box?
Oh, I'll be getting that anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, the Yu-Jing bit, I'll probably just put away until I collect Yu-Jing.
Until you collect it.
And they become a fifth one, because it's going to happen probably. Anyway, look at you shaking your head.
I'm just thinking of how many hours you've got painting ahead.
Yeah,
And
I try
you're
not to
worried
think about it.
Corvus Belly's going to struggle.
Yeah,
Look
well,
at that.
Greg single-handedly
Greg's going to keep him afloat.
Carlos.
Look, if it
alive.
wasn't for Greg, the Euro would be in all sorts of
Yeah,
strife
Carlos
right now.
would be selling his ass for cigarettes.
Next in the news, but it's actually been a fairly quiet week or two. And this is an interesting one. Dystopian Wars, they're bringing out a new starter from Spartan. Yeah, I thought it was really interesting.
It's not just dystopian. Firestorm Armada.
Yeah, they're bringing out a new
well.
Kickstarter. Yeah,
I haven't looked into it.
Yeah.
I just see it on my my Facebook links and whatnot. And I saw all that coming up, and I was quite intrigued.
Yeah.
And, shout out to Neil. If you're listening, buddy, I'll be quite intrigued to see what your take is on the dystopian, because that's something I wouldn't mind actually playing. Actually,
yeah. I must admit, I do like the look of it. The only thing that worries me, and you've mentioned this before,
Yep.
is the Spartan game's general game mechanic. Because we've got Halo and
the
exploding dice.
The
and
exploding
just,
dice doesn't bother me. The issue I had with Spartan games, and none of them are listening, but the first edition.
Not yet.
The first edition of Firestorm. You know, I love the space combat games, right? So I was so excited when that came out, but when I got the rule book, I couldn't make sense. When it got to the squadrons and whatnot, completely lost me. I could not sit there and read it and figure out what was going on. It's one of those rule sets that you almost need someone to show you, and then from the impression I got, once someone shows you, it just clicks. It's very easy. Now they've had a second edition since then, so I don't know if their rules have gotten a little bit tighter, but I don't know anyone that actually really plays any of these Spartan games in our area. So, now that I know Neil's dabbled in dystopian, that's something definitely I'd be intrigued to have a game of.
I definitely agree. Like with Halo, I think all I need is somebody who's played it before, experienced, show me it, and I'd be laughing. But my only criticism is with their games is the rulebooks are really intense and really heavily text, as opposed to more diagrams and sort of examples.
Yeah,
and the examples aren't particularly clear where they do show them. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame.
I haven't read the Halo.
Yeah,
rules,
I'd love to
but
get more into Halo.
If it's anything like the other rules, they're really quite texty.
So it'd be interesting. This starter set could be something that I could be tempted. So because I've got nothing else to do except paint like a million things, play a million different games.
This stuff's quick and easy to paint.
Yeah, true.
It's all 10 mil.
One coat, wash, job done.
Wash, dry brush, done.
Yeah,
they're really quick and easy. It's getting it, whacking it on, and it's relatively cheap resin. Put it on the board, and the terrain you'll be able to build for this stuff, I think, will look amazing too, because you'll be able to build full little cities and whatnot and push stuff around. It'll look really cool.
Next we have, or I should say actually not next, finally we have, I just want a plug for a gaming magazine, I guess you'd call it, which is Initiative Magazine. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to download it.
Not yet, no.
If you go to initiativemagazine.co.uk, I've downloaded 3 of their magazines, PDF. It costs like £1.50, which is, I don't know, maybe
$2.50,
$3 or something.
Yep.
Really good. It's got like paint tutorials. It's got articles about games development. It's got news. It's very, very good. I highly recommend it. Really interesting read.
Talking magazines, you know what I nearly bought a whole ton
This isn't
of
another
today?
Penthouse story, is it?
No. War Games Illustrated, is it?
Yep.
If you go onto their digital magazines, you can go through and they've actually got collections. So what I've already got, I've purchased all their Ancients collections, and it's just literally all you get is ancient stuff.
The articles about the ancient stuff.
Games, scenarios, painting tutorials, all that. So there's a few of them, but they've got about maybe 6 or 7 of collections. They're only about $3 each of Napoleonics.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I was looking at them today.
I nearly got over that.
Yeah, I know. I haven't. Every now and then
I'd shelved those miniatures and I thought they were going to gather dust.
No, I've still been looking.
Don't do it to me.
Yep. So yeah,
don't. I can't.
I might have to buy a couple of these.
Right now you remind me of like a little 14-year-old who's just seen like his first like
Space
top shelf magazine and like, ooh, look at that! Oh, it's awesome! Where can I get more? Oh,
yeah. Thanks. All right, that's it for news.
Yep.
Is it?
Yep, that's all I've got, boys.
Is
Unless
that
you got
it?
something else.
That is a little bit
It's
quieter.
been quiet
Yeah,
2
well,
weeks.
there was a big one last one. So
Yeah.
Mm.
Excellent. All right, let's get straight into the whip around question. We might get an actual whip sound.
yeah.
Gents, this question this week, this one comes from our good friend JT. Shout out to him. We've
JT.
mentioned him once this podcast already.
All right. What is it? What is it?
Okay, it's a TO question from a TO.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
All right, JT wants to know, what was your best tournament you've ever played in,
Oh, okay.
and what made it the best tournament?
What
So
made it the
not
best
only what one was
Do they have
it.
to be the same?
Can you have 2?
Oh,
Jesus
here
Christ.
we go.
Straight away, 2. But 2 came into my mind straight away.
Who's
So-
my top 3 from Warhammer? Who's my top 3 from Blood Bowl?
I think
And
you-
who's my top 3 from Infinity?
You can have an honourable mention. How about that? We okay with that?
Yeah,
Mr.
okay.
Buddy?
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking.
So you
I
can
can't
have
even
your
think
best.
of any yet.
Yep. Well,
And-
can I start?
But it's the key here is JT has a relatively fresh TO.
Yeah.
He's done a couple, but he wants to kick it up a year. I think the idea behind this question is, for us, what's made our favourite events our favourite events?
Oh, well, that's
events.
that's probably 2 different questions, really.
I don't think it is.
It is.
I don't think it is because
Completely
he's saying,
is.
what's your favourite event?
Because if he's looking for ideas, TO, that's a different thing.
No,
No,
I know exactly. Yep, got it.
All right,
Okay,
kick us off then, buddy.
no, I want to start. I'm
Oh,
starting.
Because
Okay.
I forget.
Yeah.
No, because in case it's the
He's
same one.
finally got it.
In case
he's
it's the same one.
straight away gonna-
Yeah, I'm gonna. In case you pick the same one, the first Uke Bowl.
First Uke Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, so Uke Bowl 2011.
Oh, I'm not too sure. Yeah,
No.
it's all a bit of a blur. Is
Okay.
it not the same
No,
as yours?
no, that's not mine. That
Oh,
wasn't
cool.
mine.
Okay.
All right, so
But I've got to say that's
Yeah,
a cla-
it's up there.
that was
Yeah.
I'm actually wearing the Uke Bowl 2011
Hang on.
jersey right now.
The one that we were in the
No.
RSL, where we were mixing our own drinks
that's
at the bar.
10.
I
That
think
was-
that was the one after,
that was
wasn't it?
2012. That was
the 2012 one. Yeah, 2012.
Okay, so for you,
Yep.
what about the Uke Bowl 2012 made it the best tournament?
Because I was playing on the second top table.
Ah.
No, I'm only joking.
So it's
Nah.
results-driven.
No, it was because we're all mates.
he was-
We were all together. It was an absolute blast. It was mates overseas, mates having a holiday, all together. We weren't overseas, obviously. We're down in Sydney,
Felt like it.
but
yeah.
but in
They're a foreign country.
yeah, essentially,
Yeah.
yeah, we're in enemy territory.
Oh, now I'm.
And it was
torn.
just an absolute blast. Like that Friday night was such a massive session where we just ripped it in the RSL.
Did we?
Yes, we did, Jacob. And
Cannot
yeah,
remember.
Yeah,
as
no
we-
wonder you
as we
can't
mentioned a
remember.
number of times in this cast, the state that you're in.
But that 2012, that was when we took down nearly, it was like 12
There's a whole bunch
dudes,
of us.
wasn't
Yeah,
it? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, there's a
We-
room full of us.
We had
it was
the bunk
10,
beds.
because we had the 10-bedroom room
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
Fairwood Bed and Breakfast.
with the
Was
with the
that-
gimp room as
what was-
part of
yeah,
it.
the slate that.
Yeah,
yeah,
the slave
I
dungeon.
believe
Yeah.
it was the rape.
Right room.
Dungeon.
Yeah.
there was a bullet hole.
See how we
Remember
all-
the bullet hole
yeah,
in the
yeah,
window?
in the window,
Yeah, and the
yeah.
dodgy TV that.
Yeah.
Right, yep.
Yeah,
that
all of that.
just got SBS, did
Yeah.
it? Or something
Yeah,
like
and,
that.
And the
it looked
fact
like it was
that-
going to fall down. Like,
The
it
fact
held
that
up
there
there with sticky tape.
The fact that there's over 80 coaches and we were by far the most wasted, trashed, all of that business out of 80 dudes. We were the ones flying the flag for drunken disorderly.
I think so.
And the next
yeah.
day, like you lying, trying to get some sleep just before the start of the tournament
It was that
under
or
a table.
Swingen, one or the other.
Yeah, after you had your tactical chunder,
Yeah.
it was just gold, absolute gold.
You've got me now because now I'm kind of wanting to. My head's flashing to all the different night outs that we've had, and I'm trying to remember which was probably my favourite.
Right, that's mine. So, Mr. Muddy,
All right, can I take a different angle though?
Ooh.
You went
hang
this.
on.
You're not supposed to think about it. You're supposed to be, boom, done.
Well,
Come on. Otherwise, I'll go with my second one. My honorable
Well,
mention.
what was your honourable mention?
Honorable
yeah.
mention was the first ever tournament.
Your first ever
Mm.
tournament. Okay.
That's I think Brad run. I'm pretty sure Brad run it for
Okay,
KK.
yeah.
It was on my birthday.
So
I
that
know
was
that-
at the Woolshed?
Yeah,
Yeah, at the
yeah.
Woolshed Showgrounds.
that's
yeah.
right. That was what you dropped my gyrocopter out
Allegedly.
and smashed.
And that was
No.
still your favourite.
Yeah.
Oh, must have been good.
Yeah.
I am seriously stuck on
Well,
this one.
it's
Okay.
really weird that he's lost for words,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it
That's-
is.
Because they've all been like I'm trying to dissect this into. Okay, so hear my train of thought, right?
Okay.
So I'm trying to
It's a bumpy
separate.
ride, Muddy's train of thought.
I'm trying to separate the two. Okay, there's the social life of the event, and then there's the tournament that I enjoyed the most. Now, the social event side of things, I am completely torn on.
But isn't
because
it one and the same thing? Isn't like that's one and the same thing to me?
No, I'm gonna disagree because my favourite tournament, and it doesn't have to be the specific year, but is the doubles. When we used to do the doubles Warhammer, they were the most fun tournaments we played. We had ball scratcher. Scratcher. Yeah, we just generally had a good time because we can laugh and carry on. And everyone's
and blame you for the really bad rolling.
Yeah. And
if we lose, Muddy, what you do that for?
Yeah. And there's a lot of just joking around. You know, you can kind of do that. It's not as serious. So that was my favourite, I'd say, actual event to play at. But the social life, it's a mixed bag. Like, even the last trip down to Canberra that we did, like that. That would probably be one of my most favourite nights.
Mooseheads?
At Mooseheads.
Oh, shit.
That got loose.
Yeah. Got a bit wild.
Yeah.
Remember the
multiple nights too.
My side gate is loose, okay? And that night was off the fucking chain.
So this is what I'm... And then...
Remember the Buck and Bronco?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I had quite a few pepper steaks down there. I had a really good time down there. Even the slices of pizza are out. Remember we kept going out to get slices of pizza?
Shit, yeah. I reckon I spent $100 on slices of pizza that weekend. I spent more on pizza
I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that. I think that was a really good time down there then.
Yeah.
Yep. And there wasn't that many of us realistically there.
No, there wasn't. No, it was only half a dozen. There was DT.
I'm going to give honourable mention also to the Burwood events. I'm just going to call it Burwood events because they were... because there were so many of us there, it was hard not to get caught up in the RSL antics.
Spirit.
Yeah. So they're mine.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
You picked two. Just saying. In fact, more than two. I'm just saying, putting it out there. Anyway, Jacob.
After your 40k models.
Don't you dare point at me.
Put that out there.
Bloody Jacob here in the corner, Instigator Meister.
I think
I was Tim.
Models.
Tim compared to him, I think I had three. Maybe four.
I think you both were just shenanigans.
Look, I think we can all agree, taking the focus away from me, is that if you want...
He's deflecting, look at him.
Totally.
If you want us to have a good time in the tournament, take us out that night.
Yep.
And then we'll rave about it. You could have shitty terrain, asshole players, you could stuff up the draw, get the scores wrong, no prizes, but you get us drunk, we were coming back next year. Is that fair to say?
It's pretty fair to say, yeah. But that's why I had to bracket it into two, because a tournament doesn't necessarily have to be the greatest tournament for us to have had a good time.
True, but I do think the Uke Bowl ones were very professionally run.
They
were on time,
yeah.
Awesome prize pool.
Yep.
Obviously the terrain is the terrain, but there's some brilliant pitches there. All the models are painted from memory. I don't remember any unpainted minis. So it ticks all the boxes as far as what you expect from a tournament.
Yep.
Lucky door prizes, they were calling out names all the time for if you did this or whatever, ooh, you got this, whatever.
Yep.
And they're a friendly bunch. They were really nice TOs. Apart from the strange look I got whenever I handed mine in on the beer mat. My roster.
Yeah.
Well, you did write your roster on a coaster.
Yeah.
But that was symptomatic of the entire
pretty
weekend,
well,
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was exactly right. It was all aesthetics. Anyway, you haven't told us yours, Jacob. One. You only allowed one, remember?
I only allowed one. My top tournament, what made it my top tournament?
I think it's fair to say you've got a top tournament for games. Why the game?
That's what I asked at the start. I was told no. It's got to be a top tournament. You bent the rules.
I'm not bending the rules.
So competitive. You're so competitive.
It's a tough one for me, because I obviously get different stuff out of tournaments to other people. Because I'm never going to win
You're not going to
shit.
win anything.
Apart from the Q&K team event on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Apart from that, with
We are
your
gonna
fellow
win that,
co-host, we're going to win
Well,
that.
to be fair, the only tournament I've ever won was a Q&K team event. And that was
JT.
with JT.
And he wrote your list as well.
He wrote my list as well.
There's a trend here.
But I'm gonna say, I think I could pick any one of those Q&K team events as being my top tournament. And I think and I've looked at it and I was like, I've done them with Chad, I've done them with Brad, I've done them with JT. I've had a range of opponents, and there's been things, and I reckon I could take one game from each opponent and put them together, and that would make my top tournament. But I've probably got to say, playing with Brad in that last doubles one was just a barrel of laughs. Like because listeners,
Is this
if you
the
don't,
one he was running with that
Achilles,
well?
yeah.
if you don't know Brad, listeners, it's kind of hard to describe Brad.
He's such a
Shrek.
He's a lot like Shrek, including the flatulence.
Yeah. Bubble Boy. He's always got a headache or something.
yeah.
Been out in the sun
There's
too
always
long.
something wrong with him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's just such a good guy to play.
Yeah.
Because he's got this shrug of his shoulders.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe, and that was summed up the day that, we didn't win, but we didn't get smashed either. We just had a couple of good games, and Achilles just tore ass like Achilles tends to. And it was just a really good thing. But I think what it comes down to with the doubles tournament is, and probably for me at tournaments, the bit I like least is that I'm on my own. And I'm there at the event with my mates, but they all go off and play their opponents, and then I'm kind of there. You know what I mean?
I know exactly. Because every doubles event I've done, as far as actual gaming goes, are my favourite games that we've played, and that even goes for I had a good time at the Infinity ones, and I don't even like Infinity because you can't just there's less stress on you. Yeah. And because it's doubles, nobody seems to be taking it as serious because it's not. For some reason, it lessens the competitive nature of it somehow.
Agree. We'll get into that shortly.
Yeah,
Hang on to all those juices. But yeah, I just think if I had to pick, probably that one is my best. And because of a number of factors, great opponents, we had good opponents in the game, well-run event, all QNK events are. Basically, just palling around with Brad and just chucking dice. It was great fun.
They're awesome. They are good events.
That's all you
for,
need,
for
right?
the TOs out there, if you haven't run a team event, man, you got to do it. Trust your players that they'll come along to the party because, man, it's such a good day.
And look at that. When JT said he's going to run a teams of 3 event on the Sunday at Premier event, we were kind of going, oh, geez, I hope it gets the numbers. And we were a bit dicey. Yep. But then it filled.
It's sold out.
Yeah.
Sold out 3 weeks before the event.
Yep.
Teams of 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got 3 of you on the one board?
No, like we used to do.
Oh, you're doing like ETC style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just drop this in? You know how we used to do that?
Fantasy.
That was my least favourite. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. That got ultra competitive.
It did.
It did.
Yeah.
100%.
Because everyone was sitting there trying to analyse the list.
math hammer the
and every
lists.
person that thought, I can play ETC Warhammer, and they took it way too serious. So that's why I always preferred the doubles, because that's not...
But those same people at
going
the end of the
anywhere.
day usually didn't end up at the top or winning it. And the feedback was, certainly from a couple of them, the feedback was how much they enjoyed it and how much it showed that you can't math hammer. You can't sit there and analyse a list and go, oh yeah, this is how I beat this, blah, blah, blah. Like, it just doesn't work out that way.
Yeah, anyway, I just didn't like it as much. It was straight away, and everyone's sitting there analysing the lists that were up on the wall and whatnot, trying to work out who to partner, yada, yada. I was just like, ugh.
Interestingly, I think with Sunday's event, the fact it's a sellout, I reckon if Q&K put on another doubles event early in the new year, I reckon it'll be a sellout too.
Yeah, I think
I
so
reckon
too.
there's some momentum being built there. The fact that getting away from the non-competitive element of playing.
Yeah, from the more competitive. All right, that's some really good feedback there, guys. But I think it all does essentially come down to the get us drunk, and you good? Mm-hmm. All right, we might leave it there and get straight in the main topic tonight.
You are listening to Power Stance Gamers. And now, this.
All right, listeners. There's been a little bit of sparring already at the table tonight. I feel like I'm looking at the Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor fight. So what we're going to look at tonight, and this is an interesting topic, I think, for me, who's certainly not on the fence in this at all. I've definitely taken a side, but I'm going to let the other two play it out a little bit before we get on there.
Oh, really? That's where you're going to play this one? You're just going to...
I might drop a few little
tidbits.
Tidbits here and there.
Yeah, right.
I'm the host. Do you want to be the host?
It's lucky Muddy's not.
You can be the host.
Lucky Muddy's not on the Terps.
Kind of wishing he was. I have been feeding him coffee to see if that's picked him up.
Oh no!
Legs are starting to go.
Oh no!
All right, so listeners, without further ado, the topic tonight is we're going to look at what do we find more rewarding: competitive play or beer and pretzels.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And beer and pretzels, just for our listeners who might not be familiar with the term, lads, what do we mean by beer and pretzels?
Fun.
That's subjective.
Fun.
Fun? Or do we go maybe less serious, more casual?
I would go with less serious, more casual.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah. All right, so I think Muddy's already flown his flag there.
It's flying. High.
All right, so look, we'll just dive straight into it. Do we find a gaming experience more rewarding for us as players, individually, of course? We're not saying this is the best way to do it. This is just our opinions. Do we go, right, playing with that competitive edge is where it's at for us, or playing with that desire for just a fun, casual game? Sorry, I got to take the word fun out.
All right.
Play with that desire for a casual game.
Okay, so I can see why you, with the wording, the way this question's worded, you're saying rewarding.
Yeah.
Okay, rewarding. Well, I guess it would be rewarding to get first place at an event.
Only if
Okay.
it matters to you.
Well, either way, it would still be rewarding if you got the first place. You'd be like, oh, that's awesome, cool, well done.
Yeah.
But then so's best sports. So it kind of that shit's, I don't know, I just don't find super competitive gaming all that fun. Because it's the stress levels that just go through the roof. And once your stress levels and everything's going up and you're arguing, and let's be honest, as the game gets more competitive, obviously arguments are more likely to happen as people start rules lawyering and everything else that goes on. That's not fun anymore at that point. So I'd always think that it's more fun, or I get more enjoyment out of hanging out with my mates.
Let me
top
jump
table.
in here. Do we have to assume that competitiveness comes with niggly rules arguments?
I think it does.
No, I disagree. I think you can have a bottom of the table clash and still, in fact, I remember at CanCon where I just, for whatever reason, had a really bad tournament and I was at the bottom of the table and was playing dudes that were noobs. And to a certain extent, I wasn't really a noob. We'd had that campaign, so bad stage I was up to speed with the rules. And playing those guys was not fun in any stretch of imagination because they were questioning every single thing. And I'd be like, hey, it's this. And they go, oh, let's just check the rule book. And I'm come on, man.
Right. I understand your point, but at the end of the day, you were playing in a competitive environment with strangers.
At the bottom of the table.
That doesn't, to me, that's still tournament gaming. So that still has that element of stress, strangers, yada, yada, yada. I'd rather still play a multiplayer game with a bunch of my friends that there's no trophies, no competition, no whatever, than enter into that tournament. Now, the only reason you played those noobs that day who were trying to get an advantage possibly over you or trying to beat you was because of the competitive nature of the game. If it was just me and you playing, there'd be no dramas with it.
But I wonder what the definition, I wonder if you got the internet access, dictionary definition of a game. Because I think, is it a winner or loser, or is there an outcome? I wonder or is it two people having fun? Or interestingly, I just would like to know what the definition is.
A casual game still has a winner or loser. That's fine.
Yeah.
Game, noun, a form of competitive activity or sport played according to rules.
Competitive activity.
Or, that was the first definition. The second definition says, noun, an activity that one engages in for amusement.
Ooh.
So you just shot yourself down now?
No,
didn't you?
not at all. It's answered both.
You had it. Yeah.
No, it's answered both sides.
Let me jump in
which
real
is very
quick.
interesting.
On that topic, one of my best games ever that I've had of any system was when I played Chad in the grand final of the QNK BBL Cup.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay? And I had my Amazons, he had his Goblins, okay? And this was a competitive game. And we went down to the wire. We went into overtime, okay? The game went for about 3 hours. There wasn't one rules question or one niggly argument.
It's Blood Bowl. There's not a lot of
That's
rules
right,
to
but you
get
can't
wrong.
just say that competitive brings that stuff with it. Like,
All
it
right.
was nail-biting.
with one of your best mates. All right, I'm looking at you, Greg Star.
Yeah.
How many Warhammer Fantasy tournaments have we played at where you were pretty irate at opponents for cheating? Oh, and Infinity as well, possibly cheating, rules lawyering, telling you the wrong things.
Yeah, no, that's all happened. But what I would say,
So,
in hindsight,
yeah,
it only strives to make me understand the rules and be a better player.
Okay. But what I'm getting at is, if you were playing me, is that ever going to probably come up?
No.
Okay. You're playing...
Quick question to you though, and again,
Yep.
devil's
Hang on a
advocate here.
Yep.
How many fun, casual multiplayer games have you played with complete strangers?
It's not something you usually organise because multiplayer games generally aren't reserved for tournaments. They're done between mates at their house.
Multiplayer games?
Yeah.
I think multiplayer games is different though. I think
Okay.
that's to me, that is, you can't have a competitive...
Well,
you can't have a competitive multiplayer game, but I don't think it's the right format. I must admit.
We have had multiplayer events. You've had we've played Infinity together.
But
we've played Warhammer together in a competitive environment.
Yeah.
But we had so much more fun.
oh, that's a team event though. That's not
multiplayer.
All right, forget the multiplayer for a minute. Can you have a casual game with someone you don't know, or does there need to be a social contract between you that you know that you can play me and have a good time, or Greg and have a good time?
I don't think you know until you start playing.
I think you've always got to have that social contract, 100%.
But you don't know if you've got the social contract until you start, really, do you?
You should do. I think if you're going to play there's people out there that don't, and they're probably the top 1%,
All right.
or 2%, and that's the problem that we've got, that stigma that we've got.
I'll give you an example. So I know this was in a competitive environment, but you went into it. I'm not going to bring up the game. You went into a particular game, and you were letting this person redo their movement, redo that. Okay, so at that point, you're thinking you have a social contract that we're kind of down at the bottom end of things. We don't need to. There's no sheep stations, right? But yet, when you had to do something, they rules lawyered it.
Yeah.
Now, you would have thought at that point you had a social contract. Okay, there's no sheep stations. They took advantage of you, of the contract, essentially.
Yeah, me being a nice guy, basically. Yeah. I guess that's the top 1-2% of our community.
And that was bottom end tables.
It was the absolute bottom
in
this particular tournament. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming he's trying to get off the bottom. Right? Because it's a competitive environment, doesn't want to be the last on the ladder or something. So maybe there was more sheep stations at that point because nobody wants to be the guy at the very bottom.
You do get used to it.
I have to say, from my point of view, I enjoy the competitive side. I do.
All right, give us your reasons why.
I guess because at the end of the day, I want to challenge myself as well as my opponent, and I see that as having a good time. It's going back to the very principles of chess. Why do you play chess? You play chess because you want to...
Because it's raining and there's nothing else to do.
It's a bloody good game.
I disagree with the chess analogy because chess has nothing aesthetically pleasing. You are literally playing that game to
not necessarily
compete.
Oh, look, if you want to be... I'm not trying to be argumentative, but you could have different chess pieces.
I think that's what Jacob wanted.
Do it.
No, you could have different chess pieces. Like Game of Thrones chess pieces would be aesthetically pleasing. You couldn't say it wouldn't be, because it would be. It would be awesome.
It's not the same as pushing your nice terrain and your infinity models around.
I don't think aesthetics comes into competitive versus casual. It's not part of the discussion. I think what I'm trying to say is I enjoy the meeting of minds. The fact that it's your brain against my brain. Now, what I didn't like about fantasy was it was never balenced, and I really had a problem with that because we were always trying to find the internal balance, and I'd always try and take balanced lists, and sometimes pay the price for it to an extent. I'd never rock up to a tournament with a filthy list. I would never do that. Apart from I took tech lists.
I was going to say,
but anyway, the comp allowed me to do it.
But he didn't use him, so it didn't really.
The comp allowed me. So that's my take on it, and I see that as a fun and what was your definition? Not fun, but
enjoyment,
rewarding. I see it as being 100% rewarding to me. Don't get me wrong, I love the casual stuff, but I love going to a tournament, playing against somebody that you don't know, and trying to also, and this is me, not necessarily all players, but I think we're probably all three of us do this. You do try and work your opponent out as to, are they up for a laugh? Are they up for, they're up for, fun and games and having a bit of a crack? Or are they going to be dead serious, dead focused on the game? And whichever way, you put a few feelers out, and if they go whatever way, then you play that game accordingly? Or do you, I guess this is me talking, or do you find
I still play my way
Do you?
because it's going to be terrible no matter what I do. So
I guess I still joke around. Like
Yeah.
no matter how serious the opponent is, I'll still joke around.
Yeah.
But depending on how serious
do you
they
ever do
are,
it passively aggressively? So like, no, that's fine. You do that. Have a good
you take
time.
you take that movement back.
Yeah,
That's fine.
That's totes
You-
cool.
You use that rubber ruler. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I see what you're saying, and I can see why you would say that it's rewarding, but I don't find enjoyment in it. Even like you said, even the bottom tables, as soon as you're going into a tournament, it's getting competitive.
Mm.
And even if you're having, you're saying you're having trying to be nice and relaxing. At the end of the day, you're trying to win that game by as much as you can, right?
Mm.
So you score better. So you're essentially trying to kick their teeth in.
Yeah, or not lose is another way to look at it. You're just trying not to lose.
Yeah, I'm on
But-
the not lose camp.
Yeah.
But when you're scoring, there's obviously a win. There's different grades to a win, right? In
Yeah.
Infinity.
Yep.
Right. So you're trying to get the best win.
You're trying to
you
get
can,
a major victory. Yeah.
so that you can win so you can have the rewarding experience of winning the tournament.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I want to go head to head with my. Okay, here's a very good analogy. In the last tournament we played, that was Vizzies, so the one before that, which would have been BrizCon.
BrizCon,
Okay,
yep.
BrizCon. There was, and I can't remember which tournament it was in. Was the ITS one or the other one? It was the one with the tag. So I can't remember which one that was. What was the Sunday or the Saturday? But anyway, I played Wade Culprits from the Gold Coast. Wade, you're a listener, so big shout out to you, buddy. The best game of the tournament, or my most favorite game, was against Wade, and it was by far the closest. I won just, it was 3 points to 2 points, and it was literally like almost like the last. He had me, it was just a real clever game where we both played. Not that I played particularly cleverly, but it was real cat and mouse, and it was so close, and I found it really rewarding, really enjoying.
I think this is the difference between a tournament gamer and a social gamer.
Yep.
Because I just find it stressful. It's just stress.
It was hard work.
You
and
like stress. You like stress,
I
even
like-
in your everyday life.
I like hard work to a certain extent.
No, he's got you.
You
thri-
enjoy
thrive
stress.
under stress.
You
You
reckon?
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Absolutely.
Even to your detriment. It's at times. I think you can get quite worked up over it, but you need it for some reason.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas I'm the max. I think I'm a bit more like laid back, and I just that's come and go sort of.
Yeah, don't think this is having a
No,
shot
no,
at
no.
you.
It's a different way of
the
looking at the
that
world.
You work. It's yeah.
Yeah. Like remember,
I'm not saying you need it, but I think you probably invite a little bit in and use it.
remember when we were talking.
yeah, I've got a busy mind.
Yeah.
Remember when we were talking hobby life balance?
Yeah.
Think back to your comments probably there, and it will kind of sort of feed into the area that we're talking about.
Can I just say, from my point of view, you know how I said I wasn't on the fence before? Listen to you guys to put me
Ooh,
back
here
on
we
the
go.
fence. Because I was almost dead set coming in here. I'm for the beer and pretzels. And I think I look back and go, but yeah, cool.
He liked winning the trophy.
It was
With JT.
very
With JT's list.
rewarding. And that word keeps coming back into my
That's the
mind.
thing, yeah.
Rewarding. And if I go, right, so, and it's your fault, Marty. I mean, you put it in there at the start when you said, no, winning first place is rewarding. I'm like,
It is.
It actually is.
That.
Yeah, it is.
No,
But hang on, didn't you answer the question yourself? The fact that your favorite game was against Chad in that playing for top spot.
One of my favorite games. Yeah.
Well, one of your favorite games.
But I wouldn't say my favorite game. And I think, again, if I sort of come back to it, for me, I almost think that running games is as rewarding as playing games for me. Being a GM or putting on a tournament, that sort of stuff. But that's not really the question. That's a cop-out. So I'm getting some evil eyes here, but actually...
no. I can see what you're saying. You get enjoyment from another area.
Yeah.
We're all getting enjoyment from a different.
Still, it's the line's been drawn. Beer and pretzels, competitive, and I'm thinking, you know what? Like beer and pretzels is great. Come around, have a game of Walking Dead. That's beer and pretzels. Same time, Greg comes over, plays some Infinity, and I'm trying hard. And if we get a good game where I don't get reamed by dice or bad generalship on my behalf,
And generally, our
They can
games
be-
come down to the last dice roll.
They can be pretty tight, and
Yeah,
that's well good and too. And we only have every occasional bust up over rules, really, don't we?
We never have a bust up. Ever.
Yeah, that's because I let you win them.
What? Just because you're teaching me them.
It's not worth the fist fight. So I don't know. I think, and I was almost dead set until we had this conversation. I was viewing Pretzels as well.
As I said, I could see how wanting to win the event, and if you did win the event, or if with the list building it did what you wanted it to do, I could see how that's rewarding. I'm just saying I don't find it as rewarding. I don't want to sit there and be analysing my list, trying, arguing with myself whether I'm going to put this model in or that model in to change the dynamic of the thing. I want to just put on the models that I want to put on and have some fun. I know I'm not going to win anything, but if I walk away with best sports, that's rewarding for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So am I on the fence if I say my most rewarding gaming experience is one where if I can organise a game of Spectre between you guys, me and Mike, and create a scenario and you get to go and do crazy shit and you get to be all tactical and Mike gets to charge in the SUVs
and the fun guy still won.
Yeah.
Oh, don't know about that. No, you did. No,
that's rewarding.
If you go back to it, actually, you didn't win it. You still didn't win that game.
Has he gotten back? Has the developer gotten back and declared me the winner yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
He never will because you didn't win it.
Yeah. He said that once you buy maybe some cartel miniatures and donate them to your good gaming buddy Jacob.
For the rewarding experience that you got.
It might be worth it.
Yeah. You know what I mean. So yeah, I guess if I can cater to the competitive edge, if I can cater to the casual edge. And even think back to the tournaments we used to run. We tried not to call them tournaments. We called them events. And we tried to encourage less competitive behaviour, but they still were a competition at the end of the day, so
there's still competition in every game. A casual game has competition.
Exactly.
That's not the thing.
Yeah.
I'm saying a tournament is another level of competitiveness, and especially when you're adding strangers, etc., into the mix.
I'll ask a question.
Yeah.
How do you feel whenever you lose?
A game?
Yeah.
What, in a tournament or?
Doesn't matter. Casual game.
Doesn't really faze me too much.
So, whenever I played you with my high elves and I smashed you, which I don't think I ever did, but did I ever beat you with my high elves?
Yeah.
How'd you feel afterwards?
Fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure you didn't tell Christy? I just got beat. I just got smashed.
I used to get beaten all the time. No.
Be honest.
I'm being absolutely honest. Never.
All right. Okay.
No. I would if I ever came home I'd say yeah, I lost.
To be fair, I don't think I've ever actually beaten you. I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever. Maybe I might have beaten you once in 10 years.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
See, I don't even know. It doesn't compute in my head. We've had a good game.
That bloody skink Clyde.
Clyde. What about oh no, I remember. Oh, that classic game with was it first turn where you Tomb King chariot busted.
That was Dark Elves.
No, it was High Elves because it.
Oh, I had the Dark Elves as well.
I charged it into your Dragon Princes, busted them up.
Yeah.
They panicked, ran through your Phoenix Guard with your big monster block with all your casters and everything on it. Game you as. Panicked them off, and you lost basically half your army first turn, or second turn.
It's funny how you remember that so well from 6 or 7 years ago of smashing me. Isn't that funny, isn't it?
A casual game.
Yeah, and you smashed me.
It's not my fault you couldn't roll.
I find that a very interesting point.
Do you know what? I can't ever remember beating you guys.
You beat me.
You beat me at a tournament.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I couldn't. We had to play on that Realm of Battle board.
The Realm of Battle board. And you lost your Vickies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's the only reason I won is because he's looking at his board going, what's a hill?
Yeah, that's
what's
right.
not a hill? What's this?
Do it. I was sitting there going, okay, so where does the hill start?
Yeah.
Where's the blocking line of sight? I just could not get it in my head.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was an absolute mess in that game.
That tripped you out.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Took advantage of that motherfucker, didn't I?
I lost. Because I
this
could
is coming
not
from the
figure
casual
out.
guy, on the fence guy.
On the fence
he took
guy.
advantage
That
of
was
that
to win
for sure.
That was to win the intra-club tournament.
That's right. I won the shield after that.
Yeah, you won the shield for that. And I could not
I am
figure
a
out the
cheesy kid,
terrain.
aren't I?
Yeah.
I gotta go sit on Greg's side of the table.
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
And coming from the guy who's got the cheesy list, just hasn't, unfortunately, the dice, hasn't done its thing with you.
To be fair, it's Josh's cheesy list.
So once again, deflecting.
Yeah,
It's not
totally.
mine.
Good government.
I just
employee.
asked him
That's
to
it.
design it for me.
If I can point the finger, I will. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we might leave it there. Any final thoughts to this debate, gents?
I have lots of fun playing you guys.
Each to their own.
Big thumbs up.
Yeah.
I enjoy playing with you guys.
Yeah,
And you're right, each their own. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever floats your boat.
whatever.
Just be nice about it.
Don't be a jerk. You can
Yeah.
be competitive and not be a jerk. That's all
Totally.
that matters.
Totally.
And buy me a drink.
And me. And Muddy. A cocktail only for Muddy, though.
Oh, yeah. I like slushies.
Money's got to have a higher sugar content than
Oh,
alcohol.
yeah. Otherwise I get tired.
Yeah. All right. Listeners, you can catch us on social media. Facebook is where the majority of the action happens. You can subscribe to our feed on Podbean, on iTunes. You can check us out on YouTube. Make sure you're commenting on our stuff, leaving some reviews, telling your mates just how funny we are. Because we are funny.
And don't be afraid to ask us questions. We're always looking for new topics, something, that's
Yeah, got some
current.
ideas,
Yeah.
reviews.
You want to know what colour undies I'm wearing? Hit me up.
Yeah, maybe not.
I'll tell
Yeah. There's that silence I was looking for.
you. What?
On that note-
Who doesn't want to know that?
It's brown, isn't it?
No, I got white pants on.
All right,
That's not it.
that's an edit.
I haven't got suit now.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
All right, good night.
Good morning.
Later. Bitches.
Thank you for listening to Power Stance Gamers, the #1 place for tabletop banter. You know you love us. See you soon.
It's Eternal and Mix, well on the track once again, killing it, T-Dot to Montreal connection, bump resurrection, ha, yeah, once again. That Canadian flavor.
Power Stance Gamers, leave a message after the beep.
Ah, shit, you white devil. I hear you talk shit about my haircut. I can kill you all. I got missile. But you got good show, I like. But no GW. No losers. And Muddies, I like yoga pants too. They so sucky. You come over here, I show you white devils good time.